Hey, what it do, my homies and homettes? It's your boys Lars-San back with another video. And today, guys, what I'm gonna be covering is, today's gonna be a typical discussion video. I've been meaning to post one of these for a fat minute, but due to a lot of things going on in my personal life, I wasn't able to upload. But aside from that, last week we got a buttload of freaking content as far as Marvel and DC goes. A lot of things that I definitely want to cover throughout the week. But today I'm gonna cover something that's actually supposed to be coming up in two more months. We're probably 90 days out. Well, not 90 days, 60 days out of this specific game. I've been looking forward to Gotham Knights for a long time. A long time. It was definitely we had the what was it, DC fandom back in 2019. I think it was the first DC fandom, and we got our first look, and we got some I got the name. I promise you I do. BATGIRL, that's the name. We got some BATGIRL gameplay, along with a little tad bit of Robin. That's the character that I actually want to see the most out of all of them. We've gotten BATGIRL, we've gotten NIGHTWING, we got REDHOOD. I want more of those. Today was definitely gonna be a reaction. I want to do a reaction video to the 16-minute trailer, the IGN drop, but I didn't really feel like I wanted to do another reaction. I want to do a discussion as far as everything goes. We've gotten so much stuff over a span of just 7 days that I feel like a reaction video doesn't do everything justice. We have so many things we have to cover, so many things that I definitely want to talk about as far as my predictions on the Black Panther trailer, and prediction as far as what's going on with the the MCU. We've gotten new people filling certain roles in the MCU, and there's a lot of stuff going on with DC too. Of course, DC isn't doing a lot as far as movies and anything like that goes, but DC is definitely putting down when it comes down to games. But today we're gonna be covering Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights just dropped again. Like I said in the beginning, they dropped a 16-minute video that I'd already seen, but there's some aspects that I definitely want to point out, that I definitely want to just talk about, because this was actually really dope gameplay. We got to see BATGIRL, we got to see a little bit of the parkour in the game. I have to say, I don't understand what the hate is on this game. A lot of people I've been seeing, a lot of people saying this is mobile game stuff and all this and that and the third. Quite honestly, I don't see it. The graphics are good, and I definitely think with BATGIRL, it definitely gives you that Arkham Knight feel. I know Red Hood, he seems a bit clunky, but honestly, after watching this video, you know what? Let me not get ahead of myself. Let me back up a bit. So I want to start with the first few minutes of this gameplay. You got to see the character selection, and which I think was actually very creative. Do you think about all the other kind of character selection? We always had we had just a chart, where you had the characters in there. If you've ever played Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, or if you ever played Marvel's Avengers, games like that, you just have a little chart where you have the characters on there. In this one, they're having a conversation about the case, and it's the first it's the first 16 minutes of the game, so they're having a conversation about the case that's happening at the moment, and I think it's just the death of Kirk Langstrom, aka Man-Bat. They're having a conversation, and you're just switching between each one of the knights. You know, I thought that was really dope, because that's really creative. They're all having a conversation with each other. They're grouped together having a conversation. I do have to say, the dialogue definitely seemed just like one of my. I don't really have a lot of critiques of this game, but one of them is just like a little one. The dialogue does seem a tad bit awkward, definitely. But for the most part, you know, in the beginning, once you choose your character, it was really cool, because if you think about it, like that they're all having a conversation. But then they choose Batgirl, and we got to see a lot of what she can do, as far as like her parkour, her abilities, her combo system. I have to say, as far as like the button layout and stuff goes, I'm a little bit wary of that, because if you think about the Arkham games, I haven't seen a counter system in here yet. And I've seen dodging, and I know Robin has like a perfect dodge, and I wonder if that goes for all of the knights, but I'm not entirely sure if there's like a parry or like a counter, because, you know, in the Arkham games, we had a counter, and that was honestly very satisfying to me. Waiting for the enemy to attack, only to just like press triangle and counter, or like in Spider-Man, you know, you press circle and counter. Like, I don't know if they have that in this game. If they do, they haven't showed it. But so they're investigating. Is this the GC? I think it was the GC. GC. No, they were investigating Kirk Langstrom's lab, and shortly after, we got to see like Batgirl's parkour, and, you know, the character selection screen and whatnot. You know, they go into we got to see like her detective modes. You remember in Batman, we had a detective mode, and now, you know, we always got some way to see further than what, you know, you can see with your own eyes. So we got to see a little bit of that, a little bit of the grappling system, and I have to say the grappling system looks freaking amazing. For the most part, like this entire gameplay was pretty cool. Again, another one of my critiques would have to be, again, the whole counter system. You know, we can't counter. Well, at least I don't think we can. And then like you're fighting with just square. And you're like, your range attacks is with triangle, and like you can hold triangle to do like, you know, a heavy range attack, or you could, to do it like a heavy attack, you can hold square, like a heavy melee attack, which got me thinking about Red Hood. You know, Red Hood, in the first gameplay we got for Red Hood, all we saw was him shooting. So I'm guessing, you know, that was his range attack. So that means that we possibly see some really decent melee from him, because that was one thing I was worried about. As far as like Arkham Knight goes, Arkham Knight had very Red Hood had a very diverse way of fighting. Like he could use his guns for, as like, you know, you have somebody running towards you, you know, you can shoot your guns, or you can just like use it as a counter system or whatever. But Red Hood, he also had really amazing melee back in Arkham Knight. So what does that mean for, you know, this Red Hood and Gotham Knights? You know, will he have very satisfying melee abilities? I don't know. I have to say, they did not hold back in this gameplay. They did not hold back with like blood and whatnot, because in the Arkham series, we rarely got to see a lot of like explicit blood. Like in here, it got me thinking, will this game be a lot more with this game being having the premise of the y'all have to excuse me, sometimes I have brain farts. Don't judge me. I'm pretty sure you're out there judging me. Don't do it, because it's a little racist. I don't like that. No, I lost my thought. Jesus Christ. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. You know what? I'm gonna come back to it, because I have it, but I don't. But They definitely did not hold back on the blood. Oh, the premise is the Court of Owls. That's what I meant to say. The premise was the Court of Owls, you know. And with the Court of Owls definitely didn't hold back whatsoever. You know, like when they said it was gonna come out and kill people, they were gonna come out and kill people. And I guess that's what they did in here. Kirk Langstrom, of course, caught an L. He ended up dying. And Batgirl is investigating that. There's a lot more that goes into the detective mode. That's what they called it, the detective mode. You got to definitely see like them looking at certain objects to observe them or investigate just the tiniest things, or you can look for hidden passages or whatever using their detective mode. And their detective mode seems a tad bit more advanced than the detective mode back in Arkham Knight. And the one thing that irritated me about the detective mode back in Arkham Knight is something that I actually fixed in this game. In Arkham Knight, it turned the entire screen blue. And as cool as that is, you know, to have that I think it's ultraviolet rays or whatever, you know, it's cool, and it shows like, you know, you're in the eyes of Batman, and that's really dope. But the one thing that I didn't hear is they kept the screen color the same instead of like, and plus the blue vision definitely messed up my eyes. It messed up my eyes a little bit. I didn't really care for it. But it definitely seems like this game is a lot more hands-on with its story. Not to say that Arkham Knight or the Arkham series didn't do the same. Arkham series is very engaging, but it just seems like, you know, there's a lot more detective work going on here, as far as like figuring out exactly where you're going, what the GCPD missed. And one thing I noticed is, I think I heard them say, you know, they had to hide from the GCPD, which I know that they said in the beginning that the GCPD is not definitely not your friend anymore. But I really hope there's a point where we get to infiltrate the GCPD, because why not infiltrate the GCPD? That's really cool stuff. Like, we should definitely do that, because if they're not on our side, why not? They're not agreeing with us on stuff. They don't want to talk to us or whatever, and we're basically outlaws. So like, yeah, I definitely think we should have some infiltration in there, and breaking into the GCPD. Another thing that I actually worry about in here is when Batgirl, when I don't know what building she's walking into, but when she's walking into a building and there's enemies there, it seems like the enemies, maybe they have this up on easy mode, I don't know, but it definitely seems like the enemies are passive, a little too passive for my liking. I need a challenge. I play a lot of Souls games, and those aren't easy. I'm not saying I want this to be Souls-like, but I definitely want the enemies to be a lot more aggressive. Like, you know, I want them to come on and make this, you know, make this a little bit of challenge. So I definitely want to fight one enemy at a time. Like, I definitely want to be able to like fight off hordes of enemies, or, you know, whatever. But graphically, this game was great. You know, again, people say it looks like a mobile game. I don't see it. I've been reading a lot of comments and reading a lot of people's concerns and whatnot, and I don't see it. I don't see what the problem is. You know, I don't see why people say I don't see the mobile-esque of this game. This game looks very much so like it belongs on a new gen system, or just a system in general, like, you know, PS4, PS5, whatever. I definitely disagree with the fact that they I don't agree with the fact that they took it off of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I definitely think that would definitely boost sales, especially with everybody's fear that this game is going to fail. I personally think that this game is going to do amazing, especially with the way that everything looks in this game. I definitely don't see how this game could do bad. I don't. I think that this game is going to do exceptional. I definitely think they took a lot of inspiration from Arkham Knight, but these takedowns, man, the takedowns, the silent sneak attacks and everything is just so freaking good. I wonder why Batgirl has like one baton. But I think in one gameplay we saw that it turns into nunchucks, which again is still very weird to me because you can carry 2 nunchucks, but I think they do turn into nunchucks, which is cool. I like that, but I thought they were just I thought she was gonna have like 2 tonfas, which not bad. It's really cool. In this gameplay, we also got to see like the freaks. They set fire to a building and you had to take them all out to rescue hostages. I wonder if we're actually able to like rescue hostages like back in the Amazing Spider-Man games. If you guys remember the Amazing Spider-Man games, we got to actually go into burning buildings and save people from burning buildings. But I also wonder how like the people here is gonna react, since technically we're outlawed. This gameplay was just like, it was everything that everybody needed, because this is honestly one of the best gameplays that we've gotten in a long time. Then Robin's gameplay and what we saw of Batgirl's gameplay from last week, because we got a lot of good stuff last week alone. Like as far as Marvel and DC goes, we got a lot, and a Batgirl, like a little 30-second snippet of Batgirl's gameplay was just one of those goodies that we got last week, which I want to do a video on that. I want to do a little reaction to it, but like I said, stuff happened and I couldn't. But no, like this game is definitely like, I definitely think this game is going to be the truth. I like it. I've been wanting a game where, Batman, I have to say I'm a little bit tired of Batman. Batman is one of my favorite superheroes. Him and Spider-Man are like my favorite superheroes. I love them more than anything. But even I can admit when Batman has taken the spotlight a little bit too much. And as much as I would want, another Batman game that centers around the Arkham series. Like what happened after that? I mean, we know that he didn't die in that explosion in Batman Arkham Knight. We know that he didn't die in there, but we will find out in Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, because that one is actually linked to the Arkham series. This game, however, is not, and there's a problem with that. I definitely don't see an issue with that. I've definitely seen a lot of comments where people was just like, "This game, why would you make a Batman game without Batman? Why did they have the Arkham series end like that? And this is beginning like this." Like, a lot of those comments, it didn't make sense to me, because if you think about it, again, this isn't a Batman game. This is a BATFAMILY game. And to acknowledge the other comment, this is not part of the Arkham series. This is a game centered around its own series, and I don't know the beef, but I couldn't wait for the Court of Owls. I honestly think the Court of Owls should have been in the Arkham series, because the Arkham series was so dark, but why not? The Court of Owls and the Arkham series would have been just like, I would probably still be having nightmares to this day if they was in there. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But this game looks freaking awesome. Like, I hope that we get some more 16-minute gameplays for like Robin and Nightwing and Jason, because the Batgirl one looked good. And again, this is gameplay that we've been waiting for, because I have to say, the Nightwing and the Red Hood, although I enjoyed their combat and their gameplay, I do feel like we needed to have someone who actually knew how to play the game. No shots to whoever was playing it, but whoever plays the game, it actually shows, the goodness of the game if you know how to play it, But I honestly, like, this gameplay was really, really good. I think another concern I have is like the boss battle with the bulldozer guy. He that again, very, very. I hope he's just not. It's just not like one attack that he's doing. Like all he does is like he rushes in and he just stands still. Like again, I don't want I don't want you to be passive. I want you to be aggressive. I want you to, you got this big old ball, this 50-pound weight that you're slinging around, and I hope that you're not just like slinging that around, or you're not slinging it around. That's what I meant to say. I hope that that's not the case. Because I mean, you're a big enemy. I want you to actually use your hands. Don't just use your shield and just run at me. Like that's a bit of a concern for me. Like I hope for a lot more aggression. But ultimately, guys, this game looks amazing. This game looks really freaking good, and I can't wait for October 25th for this game to drop, so that way we can play it. Because I'm definitely putting this game on my channel. If you guys enjoyed the content I put out today, please leave a comment. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new for more Marvel DC video game updates. Love you guys. Lars-San out.